And welcome back, duelists. We're here on the second day of coverage at this European Yu-Gi-Oh! Championship live from Antwerp. We had a very long day, a hard day of dueling yesterday. A lot of our duelists are really feeling the wear and tear, but they're willing to carry on. And we have two more very special duelists here for you guys as we jump straight into round 9. Just a quick heads up of what's going to happen today. We have 3 more rounds of Swiss before we then head into our top 128 cut, which will then be cut in half and half and half and half until we reach the final. It's going to be very exciting. We've got some very good duels coming up for you guys. But without any further ado, let me introduce our 2 duelists. With a top 16 YCS Dusseldorf, we have Claus Schledorn, and also we have quite an accomplished duelist here as well. Top 8 EU remote duel, top 32 in the UK Nats this year, and the winner of the 2019 UK Nationals, Mr. Marcus Patel. Guys, I hope you guys are looking forward to having another good old day of dueling. I'm going to ceremoniously hand you these dice. Which one of you would like to roll first? And we're going to see which one of you guys will be choosing to go first. Okay, who's going to go first? You're going to go first? Okay, Claus is going to go first, which means I'm going to hand you guys over to Sebastian and Leonard with today's commentary. Guys, take it away.
Thank you very much, Ed. Also a warm welcome from us, Sebastian Lemke and me, Leonard König, to this second day of the European Championships 2022 in Antwerp. Basti, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling absolutely energetic. Day 1 was already a blast. We saw so much good gameplay, and now we're into day 2. Now we are there where it matters. We're going to top cut in 3 rounds only, and we're already down to quite a few players. 256 remain. We made a cut to them, and yeah, the action is just picking up for today.
Yeah, it is really tense. All the players are, of course, exhausted yesterday. The venue closed like really late. There was lots and lots and lots of dueling.
Absolutely.
But they are hyped. I've already spoken to some of the players, and
for sure,
they are really in for it.
And now we have like a really good featured match as well to start the day off, because Marcus Patel, as you just saw, is one of the 3 players left in the main event that is still undefeated. He won all 8 rounds yesterday, and not with just something regular.
9
rounds even. You're right. Not just something regular, but he played a very, very, very unique deck. But I wouldn't take it away already. So I would say let's jump over to the table as the players are ready, and let's see what that first featured match of the day has to offer. Let's go into round number 10 of the main event here on the European Championship 2022 in Antwerp. And we saw Marcus losing the die roll, which could be quite an issue, because as we will see in a second on the screen, he has a very, very going first favorite deck. Not gonna lie, that's what's happening here. As you can see, it is Rika Sun Avalon, a deck we haven't had in the featured match area at all yet.
Indeed, but his deck is also packing Dark Ruler, no more. And oh, his opponent has a very bad start, and he doesn't hit a name with Shaylin, discarding the DD Crow. This can't feel good for Claus.
Absolutely
and now Marcus has 2 dead cards, being 2 Dark Ruler no mores, but this hand looks good. He even has the vanilla Loci, and not gonna lie, I was surprised when I heard about the deck at first that this vanilla card is really strong. It's your starter basically.
It's insane. Like, the Loki is just absolutely crazy. It's a 1-card starter whenever you need it, but he's not even starting with it in that case. He goes first for the Rika Princess. And the Rika theme just got insane support, as so many decks in Power of the Elements. They got the Rika Princess in there, and also they got the field spell, the Rika Con. So those 2 support cards are really strong, and now that the Rika Princess is in the graveyard, it actually provides an interruption. But Claus immediately on the first thing he sees basically is throwing down his Meta Noise. He's actually trying to book there, but...
No, this is Sully.
Oh, it's Sully actually. He tried to negate, but there, you see it there.
Yeah.
He actually just instantly used the fairy, and now comes normal summon Genius Loci. And as we said, that's a 1-card combo, so he's ready to start here. Marcus Patel, no losses yesterday, and he doesn't look like he wants to stop yet.
Yeah, he's going to search out for the Sunvine Sowing, exactly. This is going to special summon out, I think, Sunsea Twins, and then the combo just starts rolling. getting back the loci.
Oh, and look, Claus
Just packs
knows
up.
about the deck. I want to say that's one of the few players in the venue that actually know how to face Rika Sun Avalon, because if that deck is actually going off, there's a hard time stopping it.
Not gonna lie, I don't think you can say he knows how to face the deck, because as soon as he saw what was happening, he scooped.
Yeah, but I mean, he pretty much saw the writing on the wall, because
Yeah.
if this deck is going off,
Absolutely.
it's just non-stoppable. Like, this deck is absolutely crazy. It's one of the craziest combo decks, I want to say, in the format at the moment, because it creates such a great big combo board with multiple interruptions,
Yeah.
and also all of that off of one card. Just the loci, and there you go. Actually, it's kind of funny, because that Sun Avalon deck was combined with other themes in the past. We saw it being combined with Firion, for example. Also, the Adventurer package was thrown into the deck. But now that the Rika cards actually got some insane support from the new set, it's much better of a fit, I would say. And Marcus is just underlining that here with his performance in the tournament so far.
I think you can still fit in, like, if you really want to, you can fit in some Lily Boreas and one Regulus that you can search off of Lily Borea.
You could, but does it really,
But you
is it
don't have to.
necessary? No. I think
don't
you
have
just
to.
rather want to focus on going second cards, as the good old Marcus Patel did here.
He also has some pretty strong going first cards. If you look closely, you can see Rivalry of the Warlords. in
True,
the main
true.
deck.
But I don't think they are going to stay in here for his main deck, as
Yeah.
he's going second now again. But this game one, it felt like he actually went first, let's be honest, because
Yeah,
there
that
was
is indeed
a
true.
Chiron that missed and discarded a DD Crow.
Yeah,
And
the hand trap could have actually been really useful. there.
yes, absolutely. But yeah, the going second cards we need to talk about are Triple Tactics Talons. I feel like this is becoming a staple in every single deck
And
here in
this
the tournament.
format, this card is absolutely crazy. All the decks have so many monster interactions on the opponent's turn. I mean,
Yes.
we have seen Talaman's player tear apart their opponents in their turns
Yeah.
by ending on a bad board, basically, and just fusion summoning 20 minutes in the standby phase.
Yeah, for sure, absolutely. Then, of course, we saw the Dark Ruler Morse he had
Yeah.
in the starting hand already. And I mean, his opponent, Claus, he didn't do a whole lot, but he gave away what he was playing. He had a really, really big brick, but it was still giving away that he's on Telemans. Like, if he would have just set one and then scooped at some point, Marcus would have at least not known what he's on.
Yeah,
but he does know that he's against
it
Telemans.
wasn't a brick. You
Yeah.
can still hit with a Sharon.
But Leonard, we have to
try.
get over to the players again.
Yeah.
I see they're starting to play. Claus is
Please.
going first, so game number 2, let's go. We will see whether Claus has a better opening this time.
Yeah, he opens with the Rhino Heart, which is immediately a fusion summon, sending the Rhino Heart again with the Heaveness, I think, to the bottom of the deck, summoning out the Kid Killers. And now we can see if he is searching for the Salik again. Can you look up for me if he's playing Salik and Meta Noise, or just Salik to play around Dark Ruler?
I will look at that. He is playing Salik and Meta
2-1,
Noise,
yeah. Okay,
and he's
that makes
even
sense.
siding into another copy of the Meta Noise.
Okay, so he is searching this one out. This is, of course, such a great auto loci.
100%. Just setting that Vanilla Monster seems like a pretty good idea. And I think when I had a quick look at Marcus Patel's hand there, it looked like he drew one of his side deck cards, which is another very strong going second card in this format, and it is evenly matched. But let's first see what Claus is going for.
Evenly is absolutely phenomenal versus the strategy of Telemans, because, of course, this deck puts up gigantic boards, but they don't really play hard negates.
That's absolutely true. So let's see whether he can
Oh, he opens
resolve
double
that.
Dragostapelia. This is going to hurt his grind game a lot this evening.
100%. And we have to say Claus is actually picking a little bit different of an approach we saw yesterday compared to the decks that, for example, Herman Hansen brought to the
Oh.
featured match area.
This,
Because he was actually just, we saw a lot of combo Telemans, but he didn't go with the dangers. He just rather went with the polymerization and King of the Swamp package instead.
and this mill, of course, he hit a name that he hasn't used before, but it didn't really help him. He also milled 4 spells, and that doesn't do anything. So now he has to Foolish Burial, use another card from his hand to send another Merly, and fusion summon with this. So he can now go into a Kid Kalos and, I don't know, maybe set 2 cards. Yeah,
Yes,
exactly.
that Carlos cannot even use its effect anymore because it was being used previously that turn.
Oh, he
so
has evenly.
just wanted to have like one Telemans monster on the board.
And he also has Rivalry in hand, so the chances for Claus to come back to this are pretty small. Not gonna lie.
Marcus actually kept the rivalry in. That's
Yeah,
insane.
it makes so much sense because the board doesn't put up spell trap negates. You can just wait for your opponent's turn again and then flip the rivalry. What is he gonna do?
Yeah, you're right. So, and now we have to see what he's starting again with, and he has the unexpected die, which is indeed the one-card starter he needs, because it's, in the end, just absolutely that Lokai. He just wants to get to that Lokai so badly, that little vanilla monster, you wouldn't think that it's so crazy, but it just enables everything for this deck. Oh boy, this is tough for Claus, and there's the Rika Princess again.
Very strong. Rika Princess is again summoning the Rika Fairy from the hand, and now we have a scoop from Claus. This is already too much for him. This was the quickest featured match we have ever had, I think.
I think in our whole career, Marcus Patel impressively just destroying his opponent there.
This thing. This is such an early break for us, I guess.
Going second twice, losing the die roll, and then also, of course, having to go second in game 2 as well. And I couldn't even make my joke that I intended to do, because it's very obvious.
Busty,
yes,
hit me with it.
Yes, I worked on it so hard, because there's also one very, very, very good Rika card, which was around for a while, which is Rika Patel. And I mean, do you get it? Rika Patel,
no,
Marcus Patel?
Now
of
that
course,
you explained
the correlation.
it to me, thank you. Now I got it.
He had to play the Rika deck, so that's crazy. We have a winner of the feature match. It is Marcus Patel. People are packing up, so let's get back over to us. That was maybe really the quickest feature match we ever had in our casting career.
So, and this is not exactly how we wanted this to go. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I wanted to show you guys the Rika deck because it deserves attention. We've even featured it in our deck profiles.
Yes.
So why don't we just talk a bit about the Rika deck?
For sure.
So I can tell you something about the cards. I can't show you the cards right now because we have to be in the
Yeah, of course, no problem. But
overlay,
we can talk about the process of getting there. We said that it's a one-card starter combo deck.
Yeah.
We want to have that Lokai, which is not a Rika card.
Yeah.
Rather a Sun Avalon card, and it gives you access to your Sun Avalon Link 1, of course.
Trias.
And that's, Trias, exactly. And that brings you everywhere you need. Where are we going with this? Go ahead, take it away.
Thank you for throwing me under the bus, Bastian. So you're going to search the spell with Trias, and this spell, Sowing, is going to special summon out the Sunsea Twins, and I think Sunsea Twins is going to get you back the Lokai, and from that point on, you can go different routes. I have seen people who are explaining the deck to me saying that this is the point where you decide where you are going.
Absolutely. But always you are going into Jasmine. Jasmine is just so strong of a Link 2. Such a generic plant searcher, just insane. And over Jasmine, you basically get access to the Rika engine then. And we talked about it. It is a combo deck. So let's talk about the output that the deck has. What is the final end board we're aiming for?
So
what kind of interruptions are we providing? What is going to happen on the end board in the end?
I don't know if it's the most important card, but I think it is by far the coolest card. It is the new field spell, Rika Concon. Because this card allows you to, once per turn, in any turn, tribute summon, or not tribute summon, but tribute for cost a monster of your opponent instead of tributing a plant monster. And you're having a nice, tidy little trap card.
Yeah, but hello, Lair of Darkness, my old friend, right? It's pretty similar, actually.
You are on fire today. So you have the Ricochet, which allows you to tribute a plant monster for cost, and then target a monster of your opponent, negate the effect, and then take it to your side of the field.
Yes.
But if you're smart, you're tributing a monster of on your opponent's side and then taking away the other monsters. So you basically tribute a monster and steal a card just from a trap card. That is really strong. And now, why don't we just let Marcus tell you something about the deck himself? So let's go over to Ed for the winner's interview.
Hi guys, so I am here with Marcus Patel, who's just won, I think, the fastest feature match we've definitely seen at the Euros so far. That was an amazing 2-0 match that went incredibly quickly. First off, congratulations. That was an amazing win. I want to ask a little bit about the Euros. How does it feel to be back at tournaments this year? Because obviously you were at the UK Nationals this year. You're obviously here now at the Euros. How does it feel to be back at these?
My favourite events are always the international events. You get to travel with friends, and there's a different competitive atmosphere than you do to really domestic events, and I kind of just love that overall.
So you had an immensely swift game one. Talk to us a little bit about what happened in that first round where you just basically made him scoop straight away.
That was not, I didn't do anything special. He just drew a very bad hand. I'm sure majority of hands would have been able to win that game. It was unfortunate for him to draw like an unplayable hand.
And then what happened in game two?
I drew a very strong card, evenly matched, into his board, and it just kind of traded really well. And then I just won from there.
So you're using a deck that's quite unusual in this current format. We've got a lot of people using Sprites, Telemons, which you're obviously against. So talk to us about your Plant, Rika, Sun Avalon deck. Why are you choosing to use that? What is it that you like about the deck?
I think it countered the meta very, very well when you consider all the non-engine cards that all the other top decks are playing. The end board it makes just kind of can beat the top 2 decks. So yeah, I just think it does really well into the current room.
What are you nervous about going up against in the rest of the tournament?
It depends. Mainly trap decks, like decks I haven't accounted for in my side deck. That's about it. I can always get unlucky. That can happen to anyone. I just got to try my best, pretty much. But I feel all right. I feel good.
So yesterday you were on the no feature list, which is a list we have where people opt out of being part of the feature matches. But today we've had you on in the fastest match ever. Why did you choose today to reveal your secrets to the tournament?
There's a couple of us who are also playing this deck, and we felt like if someone on stream early on in the day, it might give us a disadvantage in day 2, whereas if we went now, I think it's less easy to actually see all the cards of the deck and, prepare for it. Yeah, there's just multiple of us in the tournament, and one person on stream could affect everyone else. So happy to do it today just because it's a lot harder to, investigate the deck.
Fair enough. Well, you now have a clean sheet of wins at the moment, so best of luck for the rest of the tournament. I hope it goes well. Guys, don't go anywhere. We've got a little bit of a break before we come back with our next round. We've only got 2 more rounds of Swiss after this before we get into our top cut. Don't go anywhere.